What's that?
Can't even hear you.
Get away with a grip.
Damn, this song is only 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Are we on?
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Or nobody.
We're about to talk about tipping. And I have a question about tipping. Hey, Ren, before you give the list of the top cities that tip,
Okay.
while we're waiting, can I throw a question out there?
Yeah.
I know that we asked this in regards to rounding up. When you go to a checkout and they say, would you like to round up, let's say, for instance, at Harris Teeter, would you like to round up for the Boys and Girls Club?
Yeah.
And you go, no, that's okay. Or you don't say anything, you just click no. We found out when we asked listeners that work there that they can't tell whether or not you rounded up or not.
Okay.
What I need to
But
know.
they ask you out loud sometimes. Like I was at Harris Teeter last night and I rounded up because she asked me out loud and it didn't come up on the screen.
Okay, so remember the time that they asked me and I said no, and she goes, okay, nope.
Yeah.
And I was like, next day on the loud nope.
Yeah.
So what I need to know, and what some of us want to know, is if you go to order a pizza and you pay for the pizza at the checkout counter, and it says, would you like to add an additional tip? Can they see whether or not you've added the tip and how much you've added? That's the question I have. So if anybody knows that answer, like at the counter when you order something and you're not giving a cash tip, you use your credit card, can you tell on the other side if a tip has been included or not? Why wouldn't it?
That's a good question. Because, like when you go into some of these like smaller fast casual places, like a Clean Juice or, you know what I mean? It comes up on the screen. They flip it over to you. You hit it, sign it, and then flip it back.
Right. And even if they don't have that, if they have one on their side, like why wouldn't it say
Right.
no? They're going to know whether you tipped or not. And I think if you tip well, your pizza might come out sooner, your food might come out sooner. And if you don't tip or tip poorly, they're not going to rush for you. I know I wouldn't if I worked there. I'd be like, this person is cheap. We can get your pizza third. Nicole, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube Live at the ML Morning Show. Is that correct? So if anybody on there on our YouTube Live has an answer to this question, we would love to hear that too. 704-570-9595. Can you tell us if you can see whether or not we tip someone at the counter, at the carry-out counter, if they can tell that the tip has been given?
I would love to know because I feel like the world of tipping, unless it is a true restaurant, people aren't doing it as much anymore. And that's sad.
Yeah, I told you my cousin tips the McDonald's drive-thru people. She'll give them $1 or $2, just something extra. Kenzie in Rock Hill says, don't round up. It is a tax break for the company.
I know. I don't typically do it, to be honest with you, but Cash was helping the girl with the groceries, and I thought that was really sweet, so I don't know why. I just thought that was a thank you. It's nothing to do with the girl who checked us out, by the way. I just was like, thanks for humoring my son.
I got you. Good morning. It's Maney and LauRen.
How you doing?
Hey, good. Can you turn your radio down for a second? Producer Nicole's in here, so she can't answer the phones. But what's your name?
Dustin.
Dustin, do you know the answer to that question about the tipping?
Yeah, actually, I used to work at Sabor. It's a place kind of like
we know it well.
in high school. and they actually pay. When I worked, I don't know if it's still like this, but they actually paid the cashiers $5 an hour, and the tips would kind of average out to be, make it where you made $12, $13, $10 an hour, whatever it is. But yeah, when I worked there, you could definitely see if someone tipped $1. If they tip, most of the time it's percentages, so it would say $2.77. So I could see it when I worked there.
You could tell whether or not the person tipped.
So you're right, Maney.
And then did you tend to work slower for the people that didn't tip?
No, it was mainly the same. Just since we only made $5 an hour, most people and the tips, made it where we actually got a good paycheck. Most people didn't care as long as you tip something,
all right,
$1, something.
Okay,
perfect. Thanks, Dustin. Troy says I work at a barbershop. We could tell immediately on our end how much you tipped.
Yeah,
and then someone says most employees are too busy to notice who's tipping and who's not. 704 says, yes, you can see the tips immediately. It's on the receipt screen, someone else says. Okay. As a Pizza Hut worker, you can, in fact, see it.
You're one of the people I'm talking about that aren't really tipping anymore.
Good morning, Maney and LauRen. Did you want to add something?
Yes.
Go ahead. What's your name?
My name's Britt.
Britt, what did you want to add?
I used to work at Panera, and when I was there, I don't know if the last guy, I don't know if you could tell, but we could never see if anyone tipped or not, whether they were taking in or taking out.
Oh, so now it's case by case. But it's probably up to the company.
Okay, so I could be cheap at Panera, but not at Sabora.
Exactly, yeah.
Thanks, Britt. All right, any of the North or South Carolina city make the top tipping list? Based on the conversation we just had, doesn't sound like it.
I am here to confirm there is not a North Carolina or South Carolina city on the best, most generous tippers list.
It's going to be all the big ones: New York, San Francisco, L.A., Vegas. Am I right?
So San Francisco 12, L.A. 11, Seattle, Washington, New York. What?
I'm surprised that L.A. is so low.
Yeah.
Huh.
New Orleans, Chicago, Richmond, Phoenix. The top 3 are Salt Lake City.
Hey, producer
Denver,
Nicole. That's your future home.
Denver and Cleveland.
Cleveland?
Yeah.
That's rando.
And they're the best tippers.
Wow. Good for Cleveland. Cincinnati didn't make the list.
No.
Roy's new hometown?
No.
Good. In fact, they're going to go down now that Roy's there.
Remember when he first got here and he went out with his friend and his friend was supposed to tip and he didn't? And then that person called into the show?
Yes, they were friends with Quagmire, our big boss. And Quagmire came in and goes, did you not tip? Like one of my neighbor's daughters says you were in there and you didn't tip.
Yeah.
If you missed anything on today's show or any show this week, download the Kiss 95.1 app. It's free in the App Store. Plus, you could win $1,000 each month just by downloading the app in the national contest.
Yeah. We're on YouTube Live right now, so if you want to see the rap party, you can head over there. But Ace and TJ are up next.
Y'all have a great weekend. We will see you back here Monday morning. It's Maney and LauRen. Kiss 95.1.
I have to get used to saying YouTube Live because I've never had to say YouTube Live before, and I always want to say Facebook Live.
Wow.
Always.
That's not fair. They shouldn't be able to see if you tipped or not. That's so judgmental.
What are you talking about? I mean, if you're in a service industry, I think you should. Like, when I first started my business, I was not charging like as much as I am. Like, I had to add in a 20% delivery and it like covers
service fee.
Yeah, but it's a service fee. But I had to add that in because people weren't paying. They weren't tipping. Like, if I would send Elena by herself, they weren't tipping. If I would go by myself, they weren't tipping.
Why do you need the tip?
Well, because hold
on.
Okay.
All right, everybody. It's a Rap Party podcast. We are here, and we're going to pick up on a conversation that we had at the end of the show today, which is tipping. And we got into the conversation where if you're at a carryout counter and it says, would you like to add a tip? And that could be anywhere. Subway, a local pizza place, an Asian food place. It says, would you like to add a tip?
Yes.
And if you say no, can they see it on the other side? And more importantly, if you say yes and you want to tip up like 25%, do you get the credit for that?
Right.
You will at the end of the night, but do they know immediately? That's the question. And we're finding out that basically it's on a case-by-case basis. Now, LauRen has a side business, and we're talking about her and tipping. And so...
Well, so I've just realized that, like, people in the industry that I'm in don't tip. Like, I didn't realize that because, so when I first started out, my prices were based on the fact that I was just starting out, and they were a lot lower than the majority of people in town because obviously I didn't have the professional experience, even though I had been doing it for years and years and years. So you kind of like, you know, baby step up to getting closer to their prices. But my prices are still really reasonable if you call around and put my quotes up to anybody else's.
Was this a commercial?
No, it's not. But my point in saying that was I was pricing myself too low in thinking that I would get tipped on top of that, and people are not tipping.
No, I got you. Yeah.
So I had to raise my prices a little bit and add a service fee in there if I'm delivering anything. If it's a, you know, grab and go, because I don't have to do anything other than make the thing. But as far as actually getting in my car, delivering, installing, and everything else, people weren't giving you anything else. And what I was charging for like a custom job didn't include an install fee because I thought I was going to get tipped on top of it. But when I realized after 30 jobs that no one was tipping in that industry, I was like, I have to add the 20% service fee to make sure that my nut is covered and that I'm making something on the job.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it just sucks.
So, I mean, we've had this conversation 100 times about who should get tipped, who shouldn't get tipped. And it's like, if you have the means, just tip up. Now, the tipping is different than the rounding up.
I agree.
The tipping, goes to the employees who work there. And I like what our friend Alejandro, who owns the restaurant group that owns what used to be
the Five Church group.
Now it's
the Five group, I think.
Fifth and Union or something, right?
Yeah, but they have a bunch of restaurants.
Right. And La Belle Helene. What they do is they have an additional spot to tip not only your waiter or waitress, but also to tip the service staff. Chefs.
Yes. Kitchen staff.
Which
is really nice.
And gals, yeah.
And I think just offering that spot, I think that their employee salary went up a really, really good amount.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I read that somewhere.
All right. So the Oscars are this weekend. And let's have a look, LauRen, because we did this when the nominations came out. But let's remind everybody about the pictures as they call them in Hollywood, that will be nominated this year. I had the list, and now I'm losing the list. Let's see. Where is it? Will you watch? Like, my wife and I are excited. We're going to make a meal.
Probably not.
No?
It's just award shows are at such a bad time of day in my house that I am so busy with dinner and bedtime routines and everything at that point in my day. I don't get to sit down. 2 nights ago, I watched Inside Edition, and it was the first time in months I had turned on my cable box.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you. How Jimmy Kimmel's hosting. So let's say 8:02 he comes out on stage. How quickly does he talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock?
Oh, because of last year?
I say it's his first joke.
Yeah,
just
I
to
probably
get it out of the way.
Within the first 5, for sure.
Does he walk out with security guards to say that they're there to protect him?
That's funny.
In case anybody decides to slap me.
Yeah, you're right. It is the first joke of the night. You're right.
Yeah, I wonder. If I was writing for Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think I would do something like that. Anyway, this year's favorite seems to be A24 smash hit Everything Everywhere All at Once, which leads all films with 11 nominations. That's the guy who was in The Goonies.
Yeah, I watched the trailer for it, and I'm like, this thing is like all over the place, and I don't know that I would have the stamina to watch it.
Didn't you feel the same way about White Lotus, though?
No.
With the trailer?
No, like everything, everywhere, all at once seems like just that. Like it's too like spastic for me.
Mm-hmm.
Where White Lotus, there are a lot of characters and you have to follow it.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to our YouTube Live.
But it moved at a pace where I could still follow it. It wasn't jumpy.
Okay. So let's see. All Quiet on the Western Front and the Banshees of Inisherin are also expected to be big winners.
Nothing I've ever heard of.
The other major storyline this year, acting nominees, Cate Blanchett picked up another nod for Tar, perhaps her stiffest competition. Michelle Yeoh is nominated for the first time. All nominees for Best Actor have their first nomination, and Brandon Fraser and Ke Huy Quan are sentimental comeback favorites.
Okay.
So the Best
What
Picture,
is Brandon Fraser in for?
he's in for Whale,
Oh, right,
where
right,
he put on a ton of weight.
Yeah.
Best Picture is All Quiet
you
on the
see
Western
that?
Front, which is Netflix.
Did you see that
No,
movie?
uh-uh.
I haven't seen anything.
Avatar, Way of the Water, which won't win. The Banshees of Inisherin, that probably won't win. Elvis, I don't know if Elvis has a shot. And by the way, who plays the actor? Who's the actor that plays Elvis?
Oh, Top Gun Maverick's in there too.
Austin Butler.
Austin Butler. Thank you, Nicole. I heard Austin Butler is having a hard time breaking the Elvis accent.
Character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Fablemans, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. So, Austin Butler is up for the leading role. Colin Farrell, Brendan Fraser, Bill Nye, not the Bill Nye, the science guy.
Not to be confused with.
We already went through the actors. Steven Spielberg's up for the Fablemans. Imagine if he wins it again. That'd be awesome. And that's it. Those are the
Didn't
big ones, and I'm
Avatar-
never awake for those, by the way.
Yeah. But didn't Avatar, I know you said Avatar won't win, but didn't it win the first time around?
In the Golden Globes?
No, the first Avatars, I feel like at the Oscars it did really well.
Best movie?
Best Picture.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's like the same thing,
think
but I
it
think it has
is.
to do with
But here's the shit. I'm never awake for that. Like the year where they fucked up the ending, which was awesome. It was remember that? They announced the wrong movie won?
Oh, yeah. It was like a Miss Universe moment.
What's his face? I could see it. Oh, the old actor. Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Clint Eastwood
Maybe.
who announced the wrong movie had won?
I
gotta go back and watch that. And all that good stuff happens, and I wake up the next morning, and I have to go through and see what happened because I'm awake for like my wife and I are going to do a whole dinner thing.
The early stuff.
Yeah, actress like best supporting actor.
Yeah.
Best writing. Top Gun's up for that. Writing original screenplay. Yeah, music. Will Rihanna win an Oscar this year? Will Lady Gaga win for Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick? By the way,
I thought Top Gun Maverick's music was really good.
I know.
I know I'm just a big fan of the movie in general.
Shouldn't
but
One Republic be up for that? With the football scene? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
That's
now?
my favorite scene.
Dean loves that scene too. So the Oscars are Sunday night. What are you guys doing? Are you guys going to be doing a little dinner, dressing up? I know some people that actually dress up for it.
I know that everybody used to dress up. There used to be Oscar parties. Like it used to be where it was a really celebrated night. And now I just feel like everybody has moved on. And I hate
Nicole
that.
won't even have her TV plugged in by then. She's moving Saturday night. Will you be able to watch on Sunday? I guess on a computer or something.
That's just not an award show I would watch.
Really?
I've never watched it.
The Oscars is a little stuffy, Maney.
Not last year. Will
Yeah.
Smith and Chris Rock lit it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one watched that live. Like everyone heard about that because
next
it made
morning.
news.
I don't know. Amanda and I love it. Amanda and I love all the award shows.
I think award shows are so out. Like I don't think
They're just dated.
Yeah, I think they're just so outdated, and people just don't care the way they used to.
But there's never anything in there that people have actually seen, or like there's such artsy movies that you're like, and I like artsy movies.
But even like for the music stuff, like the people, the performances that, I mean, people don't care who wins something, you
Yeah.
know, like unless you're part of like a fandom, like you
True.
can listen the next day and be like, oh sweet, Taylor Swift won 6 awards, awesome. Like no one's waiting.
But-
Like I have to know if this person wins this right now.
But hold on a second. That's true, but you're there for other things too. Like Amanda will start watching the red carpet for the fashion. She loves that.
I don't
like
know
the red
anybody
carpet
who
because
does that other than her and LauRen used to. But
Yeah.
even you, I don't even think you do that anymore.
Oh, really?
Like you'll look at pictures.
Oh, Amanda will. Like Amanda will be on the TV. The
Well,
Oscars at 5
She's
p.m.
also in the fashion industry.
Also, your kids are a little bit older than mine. Like, I am still in the thick of it now. It is so
Are you going to get back
hard.
into it then when they get older?
Maybe, but I would rather, honest to God, I would rather watch a red carpet than the actual award show.
Yeah, I like the red carpet because I like the questions. You know me.
I'll just follow E-News.
No, you could absolutely.
Yeah.
But we don't also watch it with a rooting interest. Like I'm not there like holding my fingers that Top
Right.
Gun Maverick wins. I like to hear the acceptance speech when they get played off. It's fantastic. How will Jimmy Kimmel do? I'm interested in that.
I don't know. I'll if it.
You'll find out
if something's
Monday morning.
funny, it'll be on YouTube.
Yeah, or I'll
Same with performances. I used to watch like the Grammys and the
Yeah, I used to
MTV
watch-
Music Awards for the performances,
Yeah.
but the way that they do them now is they know that that's all people watch for, so they space them out with like X amount of people that no one cares about in between, to where now the next day I'll just go online and watch the performances on YouTube. I mean, they literally upload them at day of. So no need to watch live.
I'm surprised at you for somebody who enjoys watching. You know, this is like you kind of enjoy the celebrity aspect of it, and
I don't though. Like I like the music, but I don't care about what they're wearing.
I know
or
you don't
like
care what
they
they're
have
wearing.
to say.
I know you don't care
Like,
what
I
they're
don't care.
wearing. I would figure you would care about what they have to say. Like the one year that Leo DiCaprio came up, and he's like, "We need to
His
like
cow
everybody,
thing.
yeah, like
Yeah.
somebody had a cow
no,
thing.
that was,
no, he was the indigenous people of Alaska.
Yeah, no, the cow thing was Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. I don't know. And I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to watch that. Like, that's why I don't watch it. But I don't know. My wife and I are into it. In fact, she texted me. She goes, what are we going to put on the menu for our Oscar night?
That's cute that you guys do that stuff.
And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe pasta, maybe lasagna. I don't know if I want anything heavy.
I got to fit in my suit.
Oh, shit. I do.
I meant for that night.
Oh,
but
yeah.
just,
You and I have,
yeah.
we're hosting an event, and I got to fit into a suit for that.
We're hosting
I might
two
be a
events.
little bigger than I was last year at this time.
Me too, buddy.
I was actually Brandon Fraser's backup in The Whale. Or at least I thought I was. That's why I was eating like it. But anyway, y'all enjoy your weekend, and thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Ciao.
Bye.